Installed with our premium roofing system. Backed by our 50-year warranty. And there's a 0% financing, no payment for 6 months options that this customer utilized. If you're looking for a new roof and you need an affordable option, call Absolute Restoration.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 5.
Well, good evening, and you have finally made it to the weekend here in North Mississippi. I'm meteorologist Caleb Edelblut here in the Room to Room Weather Center. I could not be more thankful that you have joined us here for y'all's Friday night. These are my favorite broadcasts. We're talking about weather, Friday night football games, SEC football games. It will be action-packed here at Mississippi Live Weather, and I could not be more grateful that y'all are tuning in for y'all's Friday evening. But taking a look at our headlines, Matt and Gabe are live in Pontotoc. That is for your game of the week this evening. Should be a good matchup. I know Gabe's been doing some research, giving us some stats and fun facts. Definitely excited to hear what both him and also our Will Kohlmeyer has to say later on this broadcast, not only for our high school football games, but definitely the SEC pick'ems later on as well. We have a rinse and repeat weekend as well. More of a repeating weekend, just the saying. We're definitely not seeing a very wet weekend. That is more towards the work week, of course, with that headline right there. That rinsing isn't until later on into the work week. We are still saying dry for our Saturday and Sunday, but it will be beautiful here in North Mississippi. We've still been pretty above average the past few days, especially into the work week. That's going to continue, but it's definitely not going to be as intense as it was during our work week, a little bit cooler and getting closer and closer towards those fall values. We can see that here on the first 12 showing already low 80s by the time we're getting closer to that 6 o'clock time frame and starting off our Friday night football games, seeing pretty much upper 60s by 9 o'clock, low 60s by midnight, and then we are starting to see upper 50s come back in for our lows tonight, so could be a little bit chillier. I know Matt and Gabe out there last week, y'all had y'all's short sleeves and shorts on, getting a little bit chillier by the end of the game. Y'all repeating that as well this week?
Now, I'm not. I have short sleeves, but I have a jacket and I have long pants. And as typically the case, meteorologist Gabe Maynard a little slower with the short sleeves and the shorts still.
I have a jacket.
Jonathan Gordon with North Mississippi Storm Chasers also with us as well, kind of a local in this one here. Yeah, go ahead. Do you have a jacket?
I have a jacket in the back seat. Now is not the worry. It's about 3 hours from now where things are going to get a little
Worry's a little bit of an overestimate.
We were here at 10 p.m. last week. It was a little bit chilly. Once people leave the stadium, it gets to be.
Well, I mean, I guess technically we are in the burr months, so we should be expecting just a little bit of that. You know, big game tonight. Of course, we'll talk to Will about it in a minute. I love how you're also throwing around the football. Okay, show us your spiral. See
spiral?
If down toward John. Yeah, let's see here.
Him?
Yeah, well,
Crisp. Exactly what you.
I was standing in front, so we couldn't tell for sure. Okay, but let's talk about specifically what your forecast is kind of looking like out there this evening. And certainly at this point here, conditions are looking like they're pretty good. We're coming in around 86 degrees at this time on what are, again, some kind of partly cloudy conditions at this point in time. Luckily, no precipitation out there. We're feeling like 81, so again, feeling like about what that actual temperature is at this moment and time. Lay's there. Well, I went right past it. See if we can take the back one there, if you would. Caleb, just a little back button to look at latest on Mississippi Live Weather Radar. I don't think there's a big shock there. There's not a whole lot actually showing up at this point in time as far as that is concerned. So keeping conditions dry and clear into this afternoon and in this evening as well. Not just here, but I think for all of those area football games. Gotta get rid of my what's the word I'm looking for here? Gum in my mouth here in a minute. Did we go back to? Oh, it looked like we went back to there, Caleb. So if you double tap that front button for you, we'll be in good shape as far as that goes. There we are. We're back out here. And here's that daily planner forecast into the evening. Hey, you know what? I guess it is a little bit cooler. Certainly, I brought the jacket just in case. When we're talking about 70 at 8 p.m. and 66 by the end, it's the little bit of a breeze. It's not a huge breeze, but that breeze is noticeable, and it does have the impact. It's part of the reason why it will be a little cooler by the conclusion of these games, not just here, but all locations. Of course, we'll look in more detail at just the latest on that here in a minute. But as you can see, looking toward that next 24 there, Caleb, certainly those temperatures, yeah, they're going to be, again, mild for, I mean, arguably a little cool early tomorrow morning, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely going to be cooler a little bit, especially once we get past these prime football hours, definitely seeing some cooler evening hours, and definitely going to be enjoying watching some football to get there. So definitely going to want those long pants by the time you're ending the game, not definitely when you're starting those football games. But we can track that here on the Next 24, just like our chief meteorologist, Matt Laubon, was saying. We're starting off Saturday, 58 degrees. We're seeing some upper 50s finally come back for our lows, those seasons, to where we're starting off the day kind of chilly, wanting to wear those sweatpants, maybe a hoodie out the door. But by the time we reach the afternoon, definitely wanting to take the hoodie and have some shorts on later on. But thankfully, not seeing those high temperatures as high as they were during our work week. Warming up towards the mid 60s by 9, low 80s by lunchtime, and then we're still staying around the low 80s by the time we reach those peak afternoon heating hours around 3 o'clock, showing 83 degrees, and then cooling back off towards the low 80s during our 6 o'clock broadcast as well. So it will be a beautiful day here in North Mississippi, not only for your Saturday and your Sunday as well. I'm going to continue to give you an in-depth look at everything you need to know, not only for the rest of your Friday evening, into your Saturday and your Sunday, all of that coming up here in 1 minute.
When you've been injured, don't settle for a lawyer who doesn't even know where you live. Call Langston and Lott. Local lawyers, personal service, real results.
Get ready for a night of inspiration, laughter, and support. Join us on Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. at the Tupelo Cotton Mill, where outstanding men from our community will walk in her shoes. You'll hear powerful stories from survivors and caregivers, enjoy delicious food and drinks, and experience live entertainment in an evening filled with fellowship, fun, and hope. All proceeds go to support those bravely fighting cancer. This event is powered by Wear It Well.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us at Mississippi Live Weather at 5. We are seeing beautiful conditions outside as we get ready for our high school game of the week. Matt and Gabe are out there live right now. 81 degrees by the time we're starting kickoff pregame activities, so still a little bit warm, but definitely a little bit cooler as we get closer towards the kickoff times. You can see 70 by the time you reach halftime, and then the mid 60s by the time we're reaching the final snap. But as I mentioned earlier, Matt and Gabe are live out there enjoying those beautiful conditions as we speak.
Yeah, absolutely. It is pretty nice out here. I mean, I found the shade, and so it's almost the perfect temperature here in Ecru. North Pontotoc, New Albany, our Mississippi Live Game of the Week, of course, brought to you by Casey Lott and the folks up there at Langston Lott. And I'm just so super duper excited about this evening. I want to bring in our one of the folks that you probably have never seen before, Jonathan Gordon with North Mississippi Storm Chasers. You're from out here in the Hurricane community.
Yeah, Hurricane.
It's just thank you so much for everything you guys have done, helping partner with us. I know Stan, and everybody very instrumental into making sure that we have these sky camps. And just thank you all for your support of us over the years as well.
Well, we are glad to have our partnership with you, and one of the big things is just being able to get those sky cams up. Obviously we have 25 of them right now at 23 different locations, including Hattiesburg, Corinth, Hollandale, Ackerman, and Octop upcoming when their funds allow. So,
and you kind of mentioned it there, when the funds allow, because that's one of the interesting things. And keep focus on me. Let's focus on you. There. One of the interesting things is that it's y'all are a non-profit, a 501c3. So when we talk about, hey, you want to help them out, it's a tax-deductible donation if somebody's going to do that.
It is. The average, just an average cost of a camera install is about $1,700, and then it costs about $600 a year just to operate.
So it's not free by any stretch of the imagination. So any and all donations people are willing to give certainly make a big difference here. And while it's sunny and clear, y'all haven't seen the benefit of that yet. But you'll notice once we get to severe weather season just how important it is. We've been using, weather radar for years and years. Mississippi Live Weather Radar is a huge upgrade, but being able to visually see it from your folks in field, and especially those sky camps, huge, will be life-saving.
Yes, it will. And our motto is we like to be there for you before, during, and after the storm. So, that just goes along with our vision and mission.
Well, thank you so much for partnering with us all these years, for everything, and for joining us. Jonathan Gordon with North Mississippi Storm Chasers, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I got to switch this around over here for a second because, hold on, let me see if I can flip it back this way so we can get the walking medical tent over here. So you're playing with a bunch of high schoolers here and the football, and you haven't injured yourself yet. This is a new record, isn't it?
Hey, we're only at 5 o'clock. There's still plenty of opportunity.
Oh, don't say that. I don't even want to jinx us into it. But, of course, there will be a game going on right here tonight. You're going to be getting highlights. You'll have those for us later tonight, right?
And it should be action-packed. I mean, you got two star-studded offenses. But as Will Kohlmeyer will talk about here in a moment, one team's defense is incredible. So matching that up with an incredible offense, one of those will prevail. Which one remains the golden question?
That remains the question here. Our Will Kohlmeyer, of course, had been analyzing this through the week, a number of games he's watching this evening for Mississippi Live Sports.
All right, thank you so much, Matt. And yes, I'm at Tupelo High School as this was the scene last week. 10,000 plus fans. It was packed for that West Point thrilling win over Tupelo. The Golden Wave trying to bounce back tonight against Hartsfield Academy. Ty Harden, the head coach, said earlier today when we were talking that he's excited to see his team bounce back tonight. And they've had a great week of practice, showing some resiliency after that difficult loss last week to a very good West Point team. Now, let's take a closer look at some matchups. And this was tough to pick out just 3 this week, but we'll start with that Biggersville at Baldwin matchup. Baldwin, of course, the defending state champs in 1A. They're in 2A right now, and they're taking on a perennial power in 1A tonight. Biggersville, not too bad of a drive for Biggersville, right? Right down 45, and both these teams have terrific offenses. And if you want to look at a balanced offense, I don't think I've seen anything this close, this late into a season when it comes to sample size. But check out those numbers for Baldwin. 173.4 yards per game rushing, 173.2 yards passing. That is when you're looking at balance, that should be in the dictionary next to a offensive coordinator's dream with that matchup. That'll be a special showdown, a nice battle tonight, Biggersville and Baldwin. Now to the game of the week for us, and I think you guys are going to be in for a treat tonight with New Albany and North Pontotoc. And when you talk about offense, you got to talk about New Albany's offense, right? Averaging over 460 yards total offense per game, scoring a ton of points, 45 plus points, but North Pontotoc can score 42 points a game, and they've got an offense of right at 400 yards of offense per game. So that'll be a nice little treat for the fans tonight for New Albany and North Pontotoc. I know you guys will enjoy our game of the week. And then finally, Bruce and Water Valley. The Trojans have had very little luck as of late with Water Valley, but tonight could be the night for the Bruce Trojans. Bruce coming in undefeated. Water Valley just 1 loss on their slate so far this year. Last year, the story was Trey Adams of Water Valley ran for over 300 yards and 6 touchdowns as Water Valley scored 63 against Bruce. Bruce scored 42, but they still lost by 3 touchdowns. Bruce has got a really nice running game. You can see by the numbers there, averaging almost 220 yards rushing per game. I think this one could go right down to the very end tonight. It'll be another terrific matchup in North Mississippi when it comes to high school football tonight. But those are our high school football previews. Don't forget, tonight at 6, we'll have some Will's winners as Kohlmeyer's Corner will take a look at the college game. Of course, Ole Miss is off, but Mississippi State and Alabama are in action tomorrow.
Okay, thanks, Will.
Well, a big thanks to our Will Kohlmeyer for giving us those picks and stats for the high school games. Very excited to hear Will's winners, especially when we talk about our SEC games. I'll give us a little sneak peek in the weather side. He's got all the ball knowledge on that. But let's take a look at Vanderbilt at Alabama. This will be an afternoon game. Should be a good one, especially with the matchup that happened last year. You're starting off around 83 degrees. You could argue maybe a soggy start, 10% by the time you do those pre-game activities by first quarter, seeing mid 80s by halftime and then low 80s by the final snap, but still should be beautiful out there in Tuscaloosa as they host Vanderbilt. Take a look for the Mississippi State game. They are doing an away game out in College Station at Texas A&M. First play, 88 degrees. This is an evening game, still a warm start, but by the time you get towards halftime, low 80s, and then you're seeing pretty much mid to upper 70s by the time y'all are all walking out of the stadium. That should be a good game. Excited to see see how the Bulldogs do on the road. But let's take a look at Futurecast showing pretty much beautiful conditions here in North Mississippi. This time we're not really seeing that northerly wind that we saw last weekend. This is more easterly, which means coming out of the east instead of going east. You can see most of that moisture is also east of us as well, while North Mississippi stays dry. You can even see some pockets of moisture. Maybe my sister can get some rain showers out there at Birmingham. Still looking a little bit towards the west of it, but not much going on here in both the Twin States, but definitely here in North Mississippi. We're not even seeing many clouds in the sky, if any at all. Pretty much clear, if not mostly clear conditions as we continue into the overnight period as well. But lows, this is very exciting to talk about. We're starting to see upper 50s creep back into the forecast as well. Definitely going to be a chillier, cool start to your day before those temperatures start warming up just slightly, but it's not going to be like the work week that we had, warming up towards the upper 80s. We're starting to see more of those mid-80s return. We're going to talk about that coming up in the next few minutes. But coming back to Futurecast, you can see those clear, calm conditions are going to continue into your Saturday as well. So for any of those that love getting up early on their weekend as well, you will see a beautiful, clear start here in North Mississippi. But if you want to sleep in, that trend's continuing into lunchtime as well. Not much going on. So that easterly wind, maybe trying to push some cloud cover and moisture into North Mississippi. Just hate to break it to you, that will not happen for our Saturday. We are seeing sunny skies all day long, and it will be beautiful even into the lunchtime period. This is around 6 o'clock as well. Not many clouds in the sky. There's those high temperatures still pretty much mid 80s. We're still above average for this time of year, but we're getting closer and closer towards those averages, even though it's taking us a while. And while we're in fall, it doesn't quite feel like it yet, but we're making progress. Red Bay still the place to be, 80 degrees, almost in the upper 70s. Those heat indices might knock a few of us back down there. 79 out there in Red Bay. I know I skipped past it. It was 88 for your high in Greenville, Belzona, and Greenwood, but you're feeling like you're in the mid 80s as well. So those heat indices trying to help us cool us off if you are in those upper 80s as well. So hopefully we're all pretty much feeling like we're in the low to mid 80s as we continue into our Saturday as well. But, let me stay on this side. Park Planner, definitely sunny skies all day long. No matter what time you want to take the kids to the park, they will have a fun time because it will feel amazing all day long. Starting off in the upper 50s by 7, working towards the 80s by lunchtime, and then low 80s by the afternoon hours. And even if you want to go once the sun starts to set, 76 degrees by the time you reach 7 o'clock tomorrow. It will feel beautiful and amazing all day long. Let's come back to Futurecast showing pretty much still clear skies. The strike model picking up on a little bit more cloud cover. That's going to be the extent of our moisture for our Saturday, but we're going to track this out into your Sunday night as well, or the not Sunday night, early morning hours of your Sunday morning. Still some clouds trying to build in towards midnight in the southern portion of our viewing area, but we're still seeing pretty much clear skies. Not the best skies that we saw earlier on in the work week. I know I saw beautiful stars everywhere around me late last night, but we're seeing a little bit more cloud cover tonight and into our Sunday as well. But Futurecast picking up on some wispier clouds Sunday morning, transitioning into maybe some rainfall. I still am not confident on these. This is kind of like last weekend where it started putting some rainfall chances for your Monday and Tuesday. Those didn't end up happening. I'm still not confident on these. I think it does a good job of showing that those rain chances pretty much going to stay south of our viewing area, and if they enter our viewing area, it'll just clip the most southern part. So Macon, Louisville, Kosciuszko, Chula, maybe you could see some sprinkles and some slight rainfall, but other than that, Sunday, we are still keeping that dry conditions into your Monday as well. We can see that into our Futurecast as well, where most of that moisture, I'm covering it up right here, staying out towards Birmingham and towards Alabama, not really affecting us here in North Mississippi as well. So it will be another dry weekend, but thankfully not really needing that rainfall because it will feel beautiful. High temperatures still around the mid 80s, still above average, but not those upper 80s, 90s that we're talking about. Those heat indices keeping you right there with those mid upper 80s, making us feel like we're there, not shooting us up towards the low 90s as well. So we're dry and we're also not muggy as well. That is a good sign to see here in North Mississippi. Let's track this out with the rest of the 7-day forecast. I'm going to step off screen just so you can look at it for a second and take y'all screenshots. I know we had people in the comments loving to take the screenshot of the recent update, but pretty much Saturday, Sunday, a high of 84 and 86. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, those are our best chances of rainfall. You notice it was 20% Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, slight uptick for our Monday. These rain chances are going to be pretty much determined by that tropical system off the coast of the Florida state right now. Not a tropical system as of now, but an area of disturbance that we do need to watch. And we're going to talk about that more into our 6 o'clock broadcast. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will be the days to look for rainfall that we will definitely welcome with open arms because it is dry here in Mississippi. And it is definitely our dry season. So definitely hoping, praying, crossing fingers, putting spoons under the pillow, rain dances, anything we can do to get those rain chances for your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then we're seeing drier conditions Thursday and Friday, but notice that high 82 for your Thursday and Friday, so it will feel amazing outside and definitely going to feel like a great work week coming up. But let's enjoy the weekend first. Here are the QR codes for both the iOS and Android app. We appreciate all the support you've given us. We cannot do this without you guys, and I love getting up here to give you all the latest update on what's going on here in North Mississippi and around us. But our live shows will be live later on tonight at 6 and 10. I'll give a little sneak peek. You definitely got to go out to Facebook and Instagram, vote for your cheer squad of the week, band squad of the week. You can't determine that football game outcome, but you can determine who gets that cheer squad and band of the week. So that is live on Matt's Instagram and Facebook. It will close at the end of the 6 o'clock. So you have until now, until I finish the 6 o'clock. I am prone to talk for a while. So still got probably around an hour until those polls close. And then of course during the 10 o'clock, we'll have those highlights for the game of the week. I'm very excited to see all the outcomes for today. Like I mentioned earlier, Fridays are my favorite days to broadcast. Cannot wait to spend it here with you guys. So y'all go out, enjoy the rest of y'all's Friday night. And I'll see y'all live later on at 6 and 10.
Experience unmatched comfort with Heirloom, the mattress of choice for true luxury. During the VIP sale at Room to Room, enjoy an extra 10% off customer favorite Heirloom. Don't miss this exclusive opportunity at Room to Room Tupelo.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.